supposed to be in bed. He was worried about getting in trouble. He was trying to get everybody in bed. We didn't get in a fight this year. Yeah, David is way too much like me. Looking for trouble most of the time. We don't even have to look for it. It's fine. It does. Last year, was it last year or the year before last? Year before last, on the way down there, me and David, we about traded punches, didn't we? It was mostly his fault. No, we did, because we're way too much alike. And sometimes I even forget I'm a youth pastor. I'll tell you a real quick story. This year, or a couple years ago, the boys were fighting. Boys need to fight every once in a while. Amen? I think they do. They just had baseball bats and stuff. So they were fighting in the hotel room. Well, I hear a really stern knock at the door. So I did what any good youth pastor would do. I hid behind the door. So this guy, one of my team, I think Troy Cox was the one that opened the door. And this guy, the security guy, starts yelling at him. And he said, if I knew where your youth pastor was at, and Troy went, well, he's behind the door. So it was bad, but I didn't learn my lesson. The kids were fighting again this year. I hear a stern knock at the door, so I run and jump in the bathtub this year. And I think it was Derek Conning and Jeremy Perfader and a couple other ones that took the yelling and let me, the youth pastor, stay in the bathtub and not get in trouble. But I was like that growing up, and still like it sometimes as a youth pastor. And I need youth conference. As a 29-year-old, man, it sounds rough going like that. As a 29-year-old, I need youth conference every year. David Weaver, you're going to need youth conference every year for the rest of your life. I promise. No, but me and David were talking real serious the other day. They did a skit or had a song something saying, I think it might have been a message too, saying our God is a God of second chances. And I looked at David and I said, I'm glad he doesn't give you just a second chance, but a 50th chance, a 100th chance, and that's what I need a lot. But David, he's a good boy, helped me out a whole lot this week. I'm going to let you tell him about youth conference from his perspective.
Well, shucks. I'm just so glad I got to go. I knew it was going to work out. I just got a new job, snapped the money, and just, I don't know, God just, it's amazing how God can just work things out. But I think, I've been going to youth conference since I was 12 years old. And man, every year, God just speaks to me and breaks my heart. It's just amazing how just every year it's just repeating. And it wasn't for y'all, it wasn't for Andrew Smith and Anna, and the Mans, and Sydney, and Danny, and Shucks. Y'all need to rub us. It wasn't for y'all and this church family here. And that's where we need to go. And we just can't thank y'all enough for it. And we can get up here and tell y'all how great it is, how amazing it is. And really, the only way you can really understand is just being there. And just seeing these kids after service, their hearts breaking, it's got to deal with it. It's just amazing. And again, I just can't thank y'all enough. And God he really spoke to me this week about a lot of things that have been straight in my life. And how I'm just having a really great testimony for him. I just straightened up a lot. And doing off Andrew and you, Shake, you and Kim, just for being great examples for us. I know, man, we don't see eye to eye on a lot of things Andrew, but man, I really appreciate you taking us down there and just letting him come. And just can't thank y'all enough. Thank y'all.